What's this I'm hearing? LeBron is stepping away from the Lakers and he may request a trade. Jimmy Butler is dyeing his hair the color of the teams he wants to be traded to. Things are getting a little weird, a little out of hand here as we enter trade season in the NBA. And I think what people have to realize is who exactly is leaking these stories. And when it comes to LeBron and when it comes to Jimmy Butler, are the Warriors interested, or is Jimmy and LeBron trying to leverage their own teams by saying, oh yeah, this team's going to be interested in this team? You know, the source of the leak matters, right? And I said in a video a couple days ago, just forget Jimmy Butler. Obviously forget LeBron. It just doesn't make sense at this point. It doesn't make sense for either of those guys. And so I wanted to take a look at 3 trades that I think make a lot of sense and are far more realistic. Let me tell you all about this new supplement I'm taking. Gut health, energy, immunity, recovery, beauty, cognition. It's Groons. Superfoods, greens, and gummies in a convenient, comprehensive formula packed into 8 gummies that you take a day. I take mine right before I hit the gym. Sugar-free, you can go low sugar either way. It tastes great, but I think the most important thing is the bioavailability. Because it's in a gummy form, you're going to absorb more of the 20 vitamins and minerals, 60 superfood ingredients. You're going to absorb more than you would in a pill form, not to mention you're not chalking down some bad drink or big horse pills, right? So it's not just convenient. It's something that you can look forward to daily. You're going to get 100% of your daily nutritional value along with 25% of your daily minerals, because the truth is a lot of these other supplement places just stack their stuff and it becomes toxic. There's too many minerals, too many ingredients. Groons has honed in on the perfect balance for your daily needs. So get up to 45% off Groons by clicking the link in the description. Starting in Brooklyn, can you make a move and acquire both Cam Johnson and Dennis Schroeder? It would take Andrew Wiggins, DeAnthony Melton, and heck, maybe even a pick, right? It goes without saying these deals, hypothetically, picks could be involved, right? If you were to say losing Wiggins makes this too much of a sidestep, I can't argue with you, right? That is an argument, certainly. But I think right now, the easiest answer for the Warriors' scoring droughts late in games is Dennis Schroeder. As crazy as that may sound, last year or whenever, right? But his ability to get anywhere he wants on the floor at any time constantly puts pressure on defenses, right? And another ball handler. And what goes underrated about Dennis Schroeder is he can be a very good defender when he wants to be. His ability to navigate screens and stay connected to other guards, just ask Steph. Like, he can be a real pest on that end as well when he's dialed in. And so I've long supported the idea, at least I won't say long, all season long, since we've seen this version of Schroeder, since he's been the captain of the Team Germany, like, hey, he's really in his prime right now and he could help any team. And that may be the problem. I think a lot of teams are going to be bidding on Dennis Schroeder, 1 year, $13 million deal. Now, Cam Johnson is having a career year, and Cam Johnson is not as talented as Andrew Wiggins. There are not a lot of guys in the league that are, right? But talent is only part of the equation. And he is a big, pure shooter who moves well off the ball, right? We know he'd be a system thing. I think we all see it with Cam Johnson. Like, you could slot him in from day one, and he's a knockdown shooter, big body, decent team defender. And so if you could make that move, as much as I would hate to kind of see the end of this Wiggins redemption arc that we're having this year, it's a move that I would go for, right? And I think it would solve quite a few issues, and it wouldn't be necessarily mortgaging the future, right? Schroeder, could you retain him? Cam Johnson has several years left. He'd be your starting wing moving forward for a lot of years, and the fit is there. Here's the thing, though. We are so focused on acquiring a second scorer, a second star alongside Steph, right? What if you got a player that unlocked the other players that we already have and perhaps turned Kuminga into the true second scorer, right? And that's where Nikola Vucevic, another name that I know we've been talking about here for a while, and he's been made available, having a career. He's older, right? He's 34 years old, but what does Kuminga look like in an offense with Vucevic standing at the three-point line and the other team's center and rim protector out at that three-point line having to actually respect him with an open paint. All of a sudden, Kuminga may be that guy that we've been wanting him to be. Not that he's not starting to look like that anyway, right? But it doesn't necessarily have to be, oh, go get Jimmy Butler. Oh, go get Brandon Ingram. Oh, go get this guy that's an established bucket getter. If you get different pieces around what we already have, I think it could really enhance the players we already have. We talk about Kuminga. What about Pods? What do all those hard drives to the paint where Pods hits U-turns look like if there's 5 out? All of a sudden, he's giving you more offense. And so the more and more I've thought about this Vucevic possibility, the more I like it, because not just of what he brings to the table as an individual player, but what he opens up for the other young guys' possibilities. But like with all these deals, at what cost? Could you acquire Vucevic for Melton, Slow-Mo, and a first-round pick? Maybe you put some protection on that, right? But Slow-Mo, listen, like I've said before, I'm a fan of his. I thought he would play more. I thought it would just be a better thing. It doesn't seem like they're using him enough, right? And so I've started to involve him in the trade machine, like it or not. So if you could get Vucevic for Melton, Slow-Mo, and a pick or two, I mean, that cost, I really would be intrigued to see what that would do, in particular for Kuminga and Podziemski. What about Myles Turner? A name that Dub Nation has been flirting with for, 5 years? Since he was at Texas? Nah. But are the Pacers finally ready to trade Myles Turner? He's been in the trade rumors every trade season for the last 5 years. Like, no joke. Right? And I get he has a bond with the ownership there and a bond with the city. He's a homegrown product. They drafted him. And so it's been hard for them to move on from Myles Turner. And then they're always, they're never in the tank, right? The Pacers are always kind of good enough. And then they have that Eastern Conference run last year. And now they're one of the more disappointing teams of this season. A lot of that may fall on Tyrese Halliburton, right? But all of a sudden it's like, oh, they might not even be a playoff team. And so are they finally ready to move on from Myles Turner, who, if you were to acquire him, not only are you getting that true stretch 5 where you can play 5 out, but now you're getting a legit rim protector as well. We've all understood the fit with Myles Turner, right? So could you send them Melton, Slow-Mo, maybe a pick, right? And Indiana's very own Trace Jackson Davis, right? Would that be like for them to hit the restart button at the center position? Here is the Indiana product, right? We'll give you picks. Slow-Mo is going to play for them as well, right? And so I don't know. I just I had given up on the idea of Myles Turner, but looking at where the Pacers are and then realizing, hey, Trace might, be a nice, intriguing piece to offer them as well. Those are the 3 trades that I think are much more realistic and I think interesting, because again, it's not necessarily what the individual player can do, but what they can do with our pieces already. And Schroeder, you can throw into that mix as well. The stretch big, we understand playing 5 out, but Schroeder's ability to turn the corner in the pick and roll game, you have to send, the big has to help on screens with Schroeder, right? And so that would open up things as well. Let me know what y'all think about these. Which one would you prefer? I don't know. I think the cost would matter, right? I think I like all 3 of these deals. Perhaps the one you could get with giving up the least would be the one that I would lean towards. But the Jimmy LeBron stuff, let's just stop it right now. I'll tell you this. If we somehow acquire Jimmy Butler or LeBron James, I will go live and crash out like you've never seen before, and not in a positive way. Hit that like, share, and subscribe. I'm out, y'all.